afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Out of the Vault. If you do not know what Out of the Vault is and you need to catch up, please click on the playlist link below. So today we're going to take a look at the 27th animated classic in the Disney film library, and that is Oliver and Company, loosely based on the Charles Dickens book Oliver Twist, and of course that ended up being a 1968 musical, and then we get a Disney take on it in which the characters are replaced by animals, and instead of taking place in those olden days, it is taking place on the streets of New York City in modern times. Now, the cast is definitely one for the record books because you've got famous music stars voicing some of these characters. Alongside a very young Joey Lawrence and, of course, Dom DeLuise, you have the singing voices and vocal talents of Bette Midler and Billy Joel, and they do a very good job. Plus, you've also got the comedy relief of Cheech Marin voicing the hot-rodding, hot-headed Chihuahua Tito, and pretty much that's Oliver and Company for you. I remember seeing this movie in theaters when I was really young, and I remember enjoying it especially because of the fact that it was one of the first Disney films that actually took more of a modern music take. They actually used the sound of the time, which was the 1980s, and they put a little bit of soul into it in their own Disney take. But now that I've actually seen this movie in my older years, I am not so happy with it. I mean, it's got some great memories. There's a beautiful scene when Oliver is adopted by his new owner, Jenny, in the movie, but the movie itself is really subpar. The villain, Sykes, is really not much, and he really doesn't give us much of an understanding of how evil he is. We don't really know what he even does, and there's just a lot of gaps that are put into this movie, and it also moves very, very fast. It just moves really, really quickly, and before you know it, the movie's over. Like I said, it does have its high notes, but it has a lot of lows rather than highs, and I would definitely say that you should see it just for the music. I mean, Why Should I Worry is a great song sung by Billy Joel, and the opening credits is a beautiful song by Huey Lewis, Once Upon a Time in New York City, but the movie itself is kind of forgettable, and it also happens to be the last movie that was made during the dark years of the Disney franchise in the 1980s when the animation studio almost went bankrupt. Luckily, there was a movie that came out a year later that happened to revive Disney and bring it back to the top. So Oliver and Company, cute, but not so great, and I'm going to be giving Oliver and Company 2 out of 4. Give me your thoughts on Oliver and Company, let me know what you think, and you want to throw out some suggestions on any future classics to review, just put it on in there in the box. See you guys soon!